Monkey, are you alright? Hello, monkey. Wake up, wake up. Oh, I'll get help. Hang on. I have a band-aid, monkey. This will help you. Monkey? Maybe not a band-aid. Maybe something... Monkey, stay away from the light. Stay away from the light. Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name's Frederick Weller and today I'm going to talk to you about the spell Spare the Dying for the cleric. This is going to be part of a video series I'm going to do on spells because I want to try and get this back to how to play Dungeons and Dragons rather than all of the reviews I have been doing. Spare the Dying is on page 277 of the Player's Handbook. This spell is a cantrip and it allows you to touch a dying creature and stabilize it so it doesn't die, which is good. Well, it certainly sounds like it. But there are a few problems, so let's go through this now. First of all, you have to touch the creature. It is not a ranged spell, so you can't do it at range. I wouldn't consider that a good thing. It's a cantrip, so it's got an unlimited use. You don't have to worry about burning one of your level 1 slots. That's helpful, but really not terribly important in a game where combat rounds are very short. It requires an action to actually cast the cantrip Spare the Dying, which means you can't actually make an attack or cast another spell during that round, unless of course you were to cast a bonus action spell. The cleric speaks a few words, makes a gesture, and your character is no longer dying. It requires no material components, which means if your gear is stolen, you can still cast it. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. I don't see an issue with this. It is a limitation that I could live with. When the cantrip is cast, the creature, and more likely a character, is going to still be unconscious. That means they're not going to be able to get back up. They're still going to be vulnerable to attacks, and you are still going to have to find some way of either casting a spell on them to heal them or wait a number of hours before they will recover at least 1 hit point. The spell doesn't scale as your character levels up, which is not uncommon with most utility spells, but for me it's a major issue, and I'll explain as I go. Now, this spell sounds useful at low levels until you look at page 151 of the Player's Handbook and the Healer's Kit. Now, the Healer's Kit only costs 5 gold coins, and you get 10 uses from the kit before you have to replace it. Anybody can use a Healer's Kit. It allows you to stabilize a dying character when you get within reach. So you have to be within reach of it, 5 foot. And instead of making a wisdom or a medicine check with a DC of 10, you automatically pass that check. Which means it becomes just as helpful and useful as Spare the Dying. In fact, possibly even better. It is also an action to actually use the kit, which means it's an action to use Spare the Dying, it's an action to use a Healer's Kit. So why would I use a spell like Spare the Dying? Now, even if it requires an interaction to take the Healer's Kit out of your pack and then an action to use it, it still seems far more viable and useful than taking up space, because you only get so many cantrips with something like Spare the Dying. If you're playing a cleric, Spare the Dying as a cantrip is a poor choice. You are better off just getting yourself a Healer's Kit. So a question that comes up at my table from time to time is, can you use Spare the Dying on a monster or NPC controlled by the Dungeon Master? The answer is yes, you can, but there's a problem. Most monsters and NPCs controlled by the Dungeon Master, when they fall to 0 hit points, are considered dead, unless the Dungeon Master considers that NPC or monster vital, and in which case they might only have it dying and make death-dying saves. You don't normally make death-dying saves for NPCs and monsters. That's something you would do for a player character only. So if you were thinking of getting Spare the Dying so that you could at least save NPCs and monsters that you wanted to talk to later on, don't count on it. It might not actually work. Spare the Dying was a great spell or cantrip during the alpha playtest. Now that they have released it for 5e, I consider it to be rubbish. It's garbage, it sucks. I don't like the spell. Not with the healer's kit being available. It really should have been a bonus action to cast, in my opinion. So if you found this video helpful or informative, please share, like and subscribe. Make a comment below if you don't agree with me. Maybe you have come across the same thing yourself. Share what you have to say. And until next time, keep rolling those 20s. Don't die, monkey. Don't die, monkey. I'll save you. I'll save you. You'll be all better soon. You owe me money.